Welcome to celebrating my 8-year anniversary of mediocrity on YouTube. Yay! I do good videos for 8 years. And by good, I mean completely fucking awful. Okay, this'll be definitely an experience. I have not seen many of these videos that are my oldest videos in years. I'm definitely probably gonna hate every part about this. Well, let's just jump right into it, I guess. So, when I first started YouTube, I was not focused on gaming as pretty much how I am ever since. About a couple years ago is when I really started focusing on gaming. But when I originally started on YouTube, my focus was on animation. I was started way back in high school when I was like 16. So I basically look back at the beginning of everything and think, man, I was a big fucking idiot with every decision I made with this channel. Also, I like this thing here that I put for the header. That was just some random picture I found on the old computer I used on when I first started. It's like, I never figured out what the hell to put up here. So it's just, hey, a random picture that I think looked good. And I still don't know why I decided on this name, Squid of Baconator. It's mostly because when I was in high school, I had an even more nasally voice. Puberty is fun. Some people used to call me Squidward as a nickname, so that's where the squid part of the name comes from. And Baconator because I fucking love Wendy's. Didn't get much deeper than that. It's a really stupid name that I feel like I should have changed a long time ago, but I basically stuck with since I've had it for so long, and I feel like it'd be weird to change now. And this is also not the first video, technically, that was originally on my channel. I originally had like 1 or 2 videos before. I think 1 review and 1 random video that I honestly don't remember what it was. Even if I do, I don't think I'd really want to talk about it. Very cringy, I'll just say. I feel like I'm overusing the word cringe a lot in this. But the first review that you can still see, here it is, and my god, already even before watching part of this, and also I won't be watching the full video for all of these, I'm just gonna watch like clips, because I will not live to the end of this. But first thing you can tell, god damn, that camera was fucking awful. Like, my camera now isn't great, but this was terrible. But it's all I really had. This was originally recorded on a laptop that we had, which I think we still have. Basically, I recorded everything in Windows Movie Maker, at least for the first few videos, but I'll get to that in a little bit. And it's like, it looked terrible, and I feel like I'm just stalling. I don't want to watch this, but let's listen to how I used to sound, and basically how terrible this was.
Before I start this review, I would like to say that Ed, Edd and Eddy is my favorite cartoon of all time. Because this episode is just...
I'm not gonna make this. Okay, first off, not only is the camera quality terrible, like the lighting is also terrible. Like, I think I could see the light in here not even on, which really should have been, because my camera, it just looks dark. I don't know why it just looks so dark, and I thought that was good. And secondly, I really hate how most of us, when we start on YouTube, we just start talking like this. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. Here I'm gonna be talking about Ed, Edd and Eddy. It's like, I fucking hate how I sound. Like, you're always talking like you're so scared that someone's gonna hear you. And I always record when no one's home, so it's like, why am I talking so quiet? Why are you always so fucking nervous when you start out? And it's like, another thing that you'll notice very fast.
I am not going to be very nice. In my opinion, If It Smells Like an Ed is the worst episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy, and I really hate it. Basically,
maybe this first video isn't the best picture to say this point, but I never edited my videos. Well, I sounded a lot worse in a couple next ones, which I may show. But as I state in the description here, this was my first video I wrote a script for, which I never did after this for a while, because it took too much time and I was lazy. And also I have the extension to see the like to dislike ratio, so you're gonna be seeing some really bad like to dislike ratios at the beginning, because god damn, this is terrible. But again, I never edited my videos, even though I record them in Windows Movie Maker, and I could edit them like basic editing. I never did that. And it was all just one take.
Episode starts off with all the kids of the cul-de-sac, except the Eds, making a paper mache heart.
It's like, I don't... I like that face I'm making. It's like, for some reason, I always still do that. It's like, I usually have, like, one eye almost closed. Oh, there is one thing I remembered. I just want to...
And honoring friendship. Okay, what are they doing? Why are all of a sudden they turned into gym?
It's like, I am pausing on a lot of great faces here, and that helps because the frame rate on this camera was so terrible. Not sure... Oh, right, I remembered. I'm not sure why I even did basic edits on this. It's like, I know I couldn't get footage of, like, the episode, because I didn't even know what OBS Studio was, so I couldn't do that. And I didn't even think of cutting down anything from here, so it's just me talking to a camera, kind of like this, but on YouTube, this will probably be edited down more. I don't really look back on this good. It's like, I just put the bare minimum effort into doing this. Like, almost never using a script, so I would be rambling on and on about nothing. Like, it'd take a long time for me to even figure out what the point was. And that I partially blame on how I have autism, and sometimes it can feel like my brain is moving faster than my head, and it feels like it'd take a while before I actually get to the point of what I'm trying to say. And you could easily see that in some of these videos, but there's one point I want to get to that makes me laugh.
It just feels really awkward, annoying, and really out of place in Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Really awkward and annoying. That sounds like a perfect description for this.
Why is it even here? I mean, I even felt this as a kid. I mean, this is something that really should belong in another show like MLP. Nothing against that. It's a really great show, and the friendship stuff really works there. Anyway, back to this.
Not sure why I even made this point. Like, why the fuck does any of this matter in this episode? Like, I'm trying to even remember what I was even trying to go for in this episode. I think I'm understanding what I'm trying to say. Friendship. It's like, some of these points I make in these old videos don't really make any sense.
Then the kids start singing.
I'm just trying to...
So then...
Okay, I'm probably never gonna find the moment I'm looking for, but... And I don't feel like scrubbing through this whole fucking video, but I remember censoring my swearing when I was like, what the truck? That's the part I'm trying to find, but I can't. This goes back to, like, I was in high school when this first started out, and I don't think I look that much different from then, maybe a little younger. I mean, I'm actually able to grow facial hair now, so I don't have the pedo stash, just that. I censored myself because I feel like I was still in high school and I didn't want people finding this out and be like, why are you swearing so much? Like, nowadays I don't give two shits if I swear or not, but back then I did, so I censor myself and it sounds just sounds really freaking stupid. And also, I just read this in the description, it's like, for the record, the Ed, Edd n Eddy is my favorite cartoon of all time, if you didn't catch that, so don't think this is how I feel about the whole series. As if I didn't already say that at the beginning of the video. Why are you needing to put that into the description? Jeez.
Okay, what the truck?
There it is. It's like, it just sounds so stupid. Seriously, censoring yourself like that just sounds really fucking stupid to me. And I think I ended up getting my points across better, mainly because I did have that script, because as we'll go back to these old videos, that will become very common to what I didn't do. And I really did start with animation, mainly because that was what I really was passionate about, even though I don't really sound like it. Sounding like this all the time really helps. Doesn't help me. But And also, as you can see from here, I did do MLP reviews at the beginning too. But as you can kind of tell here, when I first started it, I never did thumbnails. So it would just be a picture of me for the thumbnail, which just looks terrible. And it's like, it was at least 2 years into it when I finally went back and put like the title card of an episode or something to basically be a better thumbnail than just me. But I never did it with the MLP videos because I could never figure out what the fuck to put for it. During this time, these first 9 videos were all recorded on my laptop, and this era was not very good. And I remember it wasn't very good because I deleted quite a few videos from this. As I mentioned earlier, there was like 1 or 2 videos before the If It Smells Like an Ed review, and there was also like a couple MLP reviews, I think from episodes 21 and 22 from season 4 that I reviewed, which I deleted because, again, even back then, I knew a lot of this wasn't very good, so stuff that I really hated, I deleted. And I also remember making a video on why I don't like Phineas and Ferb, because back then I just saw it was a repetitive fucking show that was just not funny at all, and I didn't really get why people liked it so much. Nowadays, I look back on, like, a few of the jokes, like with Doofenshmirtz, that are pretty funny. Like if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is not a lot, but it's strange that it happened twice. I like that moment. Yeah, it's like I deleted quite a few videos from this time, and they're gone, so I don't even remember what they even include. But now this video here, I want to talk about because it gets to, well, first off, I start with banging my head on the table that I remember. I don't know why, that just makes me laugh. Anyways, this I remember because this brings into one running theme I have throughout my channel. I have no originality whatsoever. I feel like a few of my videos have copied a few people from who I really was into. And this time, a lot of my opinions were really based off of Mr. Enter's opinions on the episode. And which is gonna be a running thing for a couple videos, god damn it. And that's something I do not look back on fondly of. Like, instead of being original, it feels like I just rinsed and repeated things that he said. Which is bad. And it also, I feel like, carried over into what I said in comments on other videos. And again, as I feel like I was really stupid back then, especially it happened in the comments. Because I recently remembered or a couple years ago actually, I was shown this video. It was a collab video from a bunch of brony YouTubers from a relatively decent size, and as you can kind of tell, they're based off of poking fun at bad comments, basically, and arguing against them. And guess who shows up?
Counter-argument to this review. Go watch the mysterious Mr. Enters review of this episode.
Amazing. You used a clip from the mysterious Mr. Enters review, and yet you took almost none of his very valid points into consideration.
I'm on Mr. Enter's side. This episode is flawless, with just a couple of nitpicks that shouldn't affect your overall opinions.
Okay. Past me was really bad with this, and also I just noticed that this was even before I even had a profile picture. I didn't even do that for a while. You can see the generic Google profile picture that you get. And again, I was so fucking stupid. What is wrong with you? Why are you saying... Just reading this feels like it gives me a goddamn headache. It's like, I was so stupid. I just felt like showing that off because it really encapsulates how much of a moron I was back during the day. And again, I was a teenager, so kind of makes sense that you look back on it not fondly. So yeah, not long after I started animation videos, I just was really into country music, and I noticed that one critic, Spectrum Pulse, or Mark, he mentioned, like in his earlier videos, that he's really the only one at the time who talked and criticized country music. And I always thought, man, I like that. I can do that. I'm gonna do that too. So that was basically my 2 areas of videos those basically my 2 genres of videos that I did for a while. Animation reviews and country music reviews. Let's take a look at this first one. Because I remember it being really stupid beginning.
Y'all country folk ready to get some song reviews? I bet you are.
I don't know why I decided to do that, and I don't even think I even have that hat anymore. I think I threw that away. I just thought it'd be funny, and it's like any attempts at humor during this time was awful. It was just complete cringy. And again, why is the lighting terrible? Why am I not turning on that light? Why do I think this looks good? Why did I decide on a camera that has like 20 or 15 frames per second? I'm gonna get into like a minute in here and hear myself talk, because I think that'll show just how bad I was and still am at speaking.
Modern has to offer modern country music, because, well, what do I think of modern country music in general? I actually love it. It is basically the only music I listen to. Why?
Well, I think this video I don't have as much of a problem with talking loud enough. I don't think I'm talking as quiet as I was at the beginning, but I think it is better, at least a little bit. But I feel like there are, like what I'm doing right now, those random pauses that get cut out of videos now that I still keep in, where I stutter or take too long to figure out what I want to say. It's like, I just really hate that.
Well, a lot of people seem to really criticize modern country music. Well, I don't really get too much of that. Every now and then I do, but for the most part, people criticize it for having horrible lyrics and whatnot. For example, like...
I'm just watching this, not really cringing anymore. I'm just bored. This is just boring. I absolutely hate how I feel like I do everything with the least amount of effort possible, and also just so quiet and monotone. Like, it really feels like I do not give a shit about what I'm talking about. Also, I've noticed that just look at the aspect ratio. Just look at how it's 2040p. It does not go above 2040p. It's like, goddamn. I feel like I'm gonna start repeating myself here. Just,
you know,
everything is just
having
awful.
beer, hot girls, trucks, tailgates.
I mean, that is very true. It's like, I also know back in this time where I was talking about country music, is like, again, I was a much bigger fan of like modern stuff, but I feel like not long afterwards, like 2015, 2016 is where I grew really sour on it. Like, this was when I was still really into bro country, and most of that got old fast. It's kind of why I even talked about like this song, which is a guilty pleasure of mine, that it's like, I don't really think it was really necessary to make a video on it, because of a song that's several years old. It's like, at the time, it's like, who gives a shit? And it's like, I think I talked about this song because I heard it on the radio, and I was like, oh god, rap, I hate, this is terrible.
It's not as horribly presented as pop and rap. It's just horrible in those.
It's like, I feel like I didn't even explain myself very well. It's like, I gave blank statements like, I think this is bad, I think this is good, but...
genres,
and I never explained
modern
it.
country music gets a little bit lighter on it, so it's not as much of a problem.
I don't understand why it's not much of a problem in country music as, like, what are you talking about? Like, me? How is, like, the cliches that aren't like, what? How are the cliches in this not as bad as the ones in, like, rap? Because they're both awful. It's like, what? You're definitely showing your bias in this.
Plus, you know what modern country music has? Sure, old country may have lyrics and moral value better, but new country has better sound and entertainment value. And
it's like, I kind of still agree, but kind of don't at the same time. Because I still have trouble going back to older music because it does sound dated, but it feels like there's very little substance in like a lot of modern music, that, at least in terms of what was going on at the time. I'm trying to put myself in the time that this was made in October 2014. It's like, this was also at the time when I feel like bro country was getting a lot of hate. Like, I remember this is time where it's like country music started getting really popular again, but it was getting a ton of hate. It's like, I felt like I was trying to defend some of that here, but why am I... It's like, what does all of this have to do... I feel like I'm 2 minutes into this video, that's a third of the way there, and I haven't even really talked about this song. It's like, what the hell? which I also think is a shit song still,
One
but
is just awful. I hate it a lot.
I hate it a lot. Yep. Great description there, old me. Good job.
And considering there's horrible modern country songs like Can't Get Away from a Good Time by Logan Mize, another bad song.
Which I made a
That
video
sings them.
on right after
Basically, this
this.
song is just Big Smo featuring some guy named Alexander King, another person who I've never heard of. Basically singing how
As if that's a criticism. Like, I don't understand why someone who you've never heard of this person before, therefore they're not good. It's like, what?
they're big, they're bad, they work, yeah. They get up early, they work.
It's like, just looking at how terrible this picture quality was just makes me laugh. And also, I'm getting a lot of like really good still frames for this. And it's like, I feel like I really could be doing a lot better job of explaining myself here. Like, feel like I'm putting everything at face value and just, I don't know, it's just not good at all. But I don't need to keep repeating myself how shit this is. Anyways, that lasted for 9 videos until I believe this video was where I changed from the laptop that I was using for this time to a different computer we had upstairs. And the picture quality in here doesn't get much better. Ugh! I wish I didn't have to get to that point already, but just listen to that fan. It's like, this computer that I started using here is not any better than the old one. It's like, I feel like the individual picture qualities, if you look at the individual frames, they look better, which is why I think I stuck with it. But god damn it, it was a PC that doesn't have like a tower. Everything was in the monitor. And god damn, you had to put that fan in just the right position or it would be so fucking loud. I don't understand how I stuck with that for so long. And it's like, and then another thing that continues from the laptop.
Hey there, Squid Bacon Hair here, going on about cartoons, country music, and whatever else.
And also, I think I started using that as my catchphrase for a while at the beginning. Not exactly a very good one, if you ask me. But then again, I don't think I can come up with anything better nowadays. I'm not exactly sure when I started that. I know it wasn't that Big Smo video, so I think I may have just started it. Also, we're only 10 videos in, and it took me like over half a year just to get into that, which is a very common theme that has stuck with me throughout my entire time on YouTube. Slow ass uploads. Like, I still cannot upload a lot of videos in a short amount of time unless I really push myself for many reasons that I will get to. But one being is that at the time I feel like I just didn't have enough time, and also I only really do this when I'm alone. So there was, especially when I was younger, there was not enough time to really do that.
Today is time to go over the 2014 album for Big and Rich, entitled Gravity.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I just copied what Mark from Spectrum Pulse does for that beginning part. And today we're gonna be looking at the album from this person entitled blah blah blah. It's like, again, I had no original bones in my body, so I pretty much just did what everybody else did, and not really offering anything unique to me other than a shitty ass camera and no editing whatsoever.
Very good, I guess so. How does their latest album, Gravity, hold up since now, after their hiatus, they come back with their own record company?
I can't even listen to that for so long. That annoying ass fan is just gonna bug the hell out of me. And again, I think you get the point of what I was saying earlier. It's like, there's too many slow points in what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like nowadays I take more longer pauses, but when I start talking, I actually get my point across better and I can actually talk faster instead of talking like this the entire time. So how does their album turn out? It's like I have to force myself to talk like that. And it's like, I feel like when I looked at every song in this album, it's like,
And also
it's like I looked at every individual song, and it's like I gave very brief opinions on each one. Like this, 9 minutes left, and it's like I feel like I didn't even give 1 minute to each song.
Also has writing credits on all the songs, and that is pretty respectful. So, how does their album, Love, Looking, whatnot, although it could come off as creepy, the Big and Rich's delivery definitely makes it feel genuine, like that he just saw her and, oh my god, I'm in love, whatever. And yeah.
What? I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Like, whatever. Like, what the hell was that about? I think maybe that was part of the song. But goddamn, I really can't stand watching me stumble. Even back then, like, I could not, if I tried to look back at, like, videos from, like, a year ago, like, at this time, I'd be like, god damn, this looks terrible. But I didn't do anything to really change that for the longest time. So it's like, I basically stuck with this for so long, and it's like, it did not really pay off very well. But it's like, looking back at view counts, honestly, these first couple videos did very well. The first one, because it's obviously the first, that's usually what happens with the first video on your channel. That's what a lot of people will go back to first when they look at your oldest videos. It's like, for me, 1,000 views is actually pretty good, but it didn't take long for videos to not really do very well. Except for this one. This was another one of my biggest videos on Pokemon Black and White. Because again, I considered it to be the worst part of the anime at the time.
There's Iris, the hypocritical bitch.
Well, it didn't take long for me to stop censoring myself swearing. So it's like, why the hell did I even do that in the first place if I, like, not even a year later, I just start doing it? It's like, what was the point of censoring myself earlier? Also, I can still see the like to dislike ratio is still pretty good, all things considered, with how this is just a one-take video, no editing, me stumbling through everything. Actually, let us go back to, I want to see the comments on the first video, and then also this video, because I feel like on my biggest videos, they got quite a few comments. I just want to see what people had to say at the time. Now let's go back to see who was the very first comment. I agree with everything said here. I hated this episode. That's exactly what I said. All caps, yeah, really mature. Like, I can tell, like, again, I was a teenager when this first started, so I can tell there was, hey, thank you for the follow, name that I cannot pronounce. I'm going through my 8-year anniversary here on YouTube and seeing, oh, how terrible I was at the beginning. And also seeing how terrible the comments were. Like, it's pretty obvious a lot of these comments were younger kids, like kids and teenagers, people closer to my age at the time. So you can see just like, and also it's pretty funny how I actually got a couple comments that early on. And I mentioned it took 2 years to get 1,000 views on this video, so it was a very slow burn on that. Yeah. And again, it's like I still get comments on this video as early as 3 months ago, so people are still watching this, so that's honestly surprising for a lot of my older videos, like if I actually see a comment from them. And it's like, again, I feel like a lot of this, and again, it was 2 years before I got a comment, so it's like shows that my channel at the time was very small. Go back to this one. I want to see the comments on this video. My least favorite generation of the Pokemon anime. Now, I want to see. I want to go back to see who was like the very first comments of the video. It's like, if there's anything funny actually to go through, because I think this one is more calm. Like, I don't think we're gonna get any of those like raging comments that we just saw earlier with the all caps. Is there really an ad coming on? Because it's like, I do not monetize my channel because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. And it's like, I can't monetize them. I remember actually seeing that when I think YouTube was announcing, even if you don't do that, they're gonna put ads on your channel. So it's like, I get no money off of that, so, which I really hate. Yeah, I love policy changes in YouTube. Don't you just love that? That's why I have to use an extension just to see the fucking like to dislike ratio. Yeah, you probably just didn't realize I was being sarcastic there. And again, it's like, with how low quality this is, as you can see,
of that group. Now,
I'm still surprised
you
this
could
didn't
argue
get any
that
more like.
Misty
I'm surprised this didn't get any more dislikes than it does now. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that because I remember some videos later that aren't very good in that. And again, I still hate that I can never figure out why of thumbnails for MLP reviews. Because it just looks, all of these thumbnails are terrible. Just a still image of like the title screen or title card for an episode that I was reviewing, or album art with nothing done to it. And so many of them are really poorly cropped. So it's like, sometimes it's just so zoomed in, it's like, why? Like, God. And again, so for a while, I used that computer with a terrible, noisy fan. And I'm still not editing my videos yet. And it's like, basically went on like this for a while. Alright, this video. For some reason, when I can tell my country music videos, they didn't really get that many views for a while. Like, a couple hundred views for a small channel like mine is pretty good. But this was one of my first like big hits in terms of a small channel. This video, a review of Brantley Gilbert's song. Pretty much any time I talk to...
Hello, everyone.
Okay, god damn it. I just hate listening to my voice, too. I have one of the worst sounding voices out there. Watch this for my updated views on country music. Alright, because I remember I would think this was at a point where I was still into bro country. And that was basically what the lyrics followed to the same old song, was basically referencing how much people complain about how bro country was the same old song. Yeah, I know. But I feel like mine in particular is why people would turn off from my channel. Especially there's one video I know of later that I will point out, where I know about like how bad like the watch time is on some of these videos, where it pretty much, once you hear me talking, gone. And again, back to Brantley Gilbert, I don't understand why him in particular got me so many views. Because again, at the time, this got me a lot of views very fast. And I remember not standing by. Even back at the time, I hated this video. It's like... So it's like, I'm basically repeating stuff what I said years ago. My opinion on country music has changed so much in in 1 year, and my review itself is just bad. Some of my reasons are pretty dumb, and the video quality is just atrocious. I hated this webcam. I'm only keeping this up due to it being the only video currently that I have with over 1,000 views. It's like, even I'll just outright say that, it's like, this video sucks, please don't watch it. Which actually does come up with another video that we're about to see. This one. Again, I only kept this up because it got 2.6 thousand views. And I think I remember talking about that too.
Okay.
No, wait, yeah, this is one of my worst videos, really outdated. Still did. Oh, okay, what the... I just remembered here now. God, this is going back on a trip down memory lane, because I remember getting a few comments about how people didn't like this. So I was like, you want to have a better opinion on, or my full opinions on him at the time? I literally just linked Spectrum Pulse's video on Tangled Up too, which has a 2 out of 10. It's like, I literally just linked another person's video. Like, you want a better opinion? Go watch their video. Because I can't do any better. And also, the one thing you will notice, this is one of the only 2 videos that I actually disabled the like to dislike ratio, because it got literally no likes. And I really hated seeing that, so I just disabled it, and I put this bad video warning up. And I was like, hey, please don't watch this, stay away from it. Yeah, it still got a shit ton of views. Like, why does this have over 2,000 views? Even though I do still stand by just the point that Thomas Rhett followed by performing at the CMA Awards at that time was not very good. I don't really care for them putting, like, pop stars in the Country Music Awards, but whatever. But if they didn't do that, then we wouldn't have Chris Stapleton and Justin Timberlake performing there, and letting Chris Stapleton becoming one of the biggest names in the 2010s, which, that's a positive. Recommending I listen to that album, which, honestly, looking back at that album, and in general, my opinions on Brantley Gilbert have changed a lot. Like, I used to be a big fan of his at the time, but nowadays, I don't really care for him. I found that he is a very inconsistent musician. Like, some of his songs in his albums are actually really freaking good, but a lot of the shit he pushes to the mainstream, which one I will get to, because again, I have talked about him more on this channel. It's like, a lot of, like, the songs he tries to push to radio are just terrible. And they're almost all of them, like, there's a few good ones. Like, I like a lot of his older stuff too. Anyways, I don't think I have anything else to say about this era, going from the shitty laptop era to the shitty PC era, which are basically interchangeable. It's like both terrible cameras, and I never edited my videos, just talking about animation and music. Now, this video actually will come up later, because I actually re-reviewed that one. Oh, hey, man, just looking at how many views some of these videos got over time was actually really good. Like, 5.7 thousand views for this one. Best burger in the world. I remember actually calling this episode the wrong name. I remember, like,
I'm now thinking about regular show after my last video. I might as well get this episode off my chest. Ultimatum.
It's like, I don't know how I got that mixed up. Like, how I got the title it's supposed to be, and I mixed up with the burger in the episode that they want to get. It's like, how the hell did I get those mixed up? And also, now I am still seeing, like, some pretty bad like to dislike ratios. Like, that's actually still pretty good amount of likes for this, but it's like 2/3 people likes, 1/3 disliked. It's like, again, I do not blame people for disliking these old videos.
This episode. Alright.
I am just already sick of seeing these PowerPoint presentations that are masquerading as videos.
Just say one thing about my previous video about cat videos. I gotta give it credit. It's not a bad episode. It is nowhere. The first time I watched this episode, I was really fucking pissed.
God, and it's like, again, with using this is why you never want to use the audio from just your camera, because it will sound terrible, especially in this. This is like an upstairs office space, like a bigger room, like no walls, like not much any walls at all, so it has a lot more echo. And even in this video, this room has a good bit of echo, but that was even worse. And combined with that annoying ass fan that I could never get to go away, I don't understand how this gets so many views and got so many likes.
After it, it's one of those episodes that can put you in a really bad mood after watching it 100 years or something, and delivering like the best burgers in the world, and Mordecai Rigby, of course, want to eat them, but they can't because Benson is giving this huge shitload of work that they have to do because they didn't.
I mean, I feel like there are points here. I feel like I could do this a lot better nowadays, but it's just... I'll get to it. Also, I think I still have that shirt. I think I still have that shirt from like 7 years ago, and I still wear it occasionally. Things I notice about this. Oh wait, I remembered something I wanted to say earlier about an older video. For some reason, like, again, when I first started this channel back in this era, I was on my laptop. In this era, well, not in just this era, but for some reason I wanted to change where I was recording this, so I recorded it in my living room. And hey, a vacuum cleaner. Why is that there? I don't know. And it's like, is the lighting better? I don't know. It's like, I remember I recorded this at night. I don't understand why I decided to record this in my living room. It's like, and for a while there, even like later on, I still changed where I recorded my videos. It would just be in random parts of my house that I didn't really have any rhyme or reason to be doing it there. I just did it. Again, 3 likes, 2 dislikes. I don't blame you, people. Keep it up. You're about 4 years too late, buddy, to say keep it up to a video that is really bad. Like, I feel like you'd want to go to one of more of my current videos to say keep it up. I remember also this video actually was done like 3 months after the last one, so even back then I could never get a good schedule up. Oh hey, here we are now at... Alright, so now we're done with the going through all of this. There's just a lot of videos that blend together that I don't really have any opinions on whatsoever. They just all suck. But now we're finally getting to a slightly different era where from my laptop to a shitty computer to now my phone. This is, to this day, I still use my phone for my videos, but this was before actually, now I went from 240 to 360. Yay! Good job! And now I'm in my bedroom for some reason. I don't know why I recorded this MLP video in my bedroom. It's like, again, why am I changing where I record my videos? It's like, there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I just do something just to do it. And also, at the very least, now I have a video quality that's actually decent.
Different camera, my phone to be exactly, and it looks a lot better than the webcam I use, so try it out now and see how it goes. But anyway.
Try it now and see how it goes, and almost 7 years later from that video, I'm still doing it, although now with a newer phone, but still my phone. And again, the audio, I guess since I'm in my bedroom, sounds a lot better than the echoey fan audio that I got from these older ones.
You're here for the review of the newest MLP episode, Scaremaster.
But still, again, it's just me talking to a camera, no editing, no cuts, no nothing. I record from start to finish, upload straight to YouTube. That's how it was for a little while. But at least the video quality isn't that bad. And one thing I did notice with this video, I could not record more than 10 minutes for how I was doing it. And again, I never cut out me hitting the record button on my camera. Holy shit. God, the exposure on this video is... My god, it's like there's a lamp in the background here, and now we're in my basement. Okay, so we went from the office well, not really an office, but more the desk upstairs to my living room, now to the basement. It's just... I don't really get why I'm changing where I record these so much. And also, I did not need to turn on that lamp. In fact, that made this look even worse.
Hello everyone, Squid Baconator here, and now it's time for me to talk about... I want to look at
the end of this video.
At times, I just can't really watch parts of them. They're good. Other than that stuff, they're...
Hey y'all, Scott here. Okay, so it's like, you notice that just stopped there. I did not realize that there was that with how I was recording it. I think I just went to the YouTube in like the web browser and I recorded my video through that, and I didn't realize that it had a 10-minute limit on it. So I literally just didn't even try to do this again. I just uploaded it straight to YouTube. It's like, why? What is wrong with you? And also, I have been watching a lot of Scott the Wise videos lately, so that's why 4 of the 6 recommended videos here are of Scott. A much better YouTuber than me. Okay, well, there's that. So, in response to that, it's like, oh shit, I can only do 10 minutes. So, for my full season review of MLP Season 5, I literally did 3 separate videos and just uploaded them all straight here. Why did I not? It's like, again, at this point, I didn't even realize that I could use YouTube's video editor to put them together and then upload them as one video. I never realized I could do that yet. So you have 3 videos here that didn't really get many views. It just looks bad. And also 2 of these 3 videos are me doing this. Why? And again, in the midst of changing where I record videos, I think this was the very first video that
Hello, everyone.
that I recorded in this basement. And some things never changed. And I didn't really stick with recording things down here yet. And also hey, look, my hand. And again, I don't understand why I never, at this point, again, I had the ability to cut this type of stuff out, the Windows Movie Maker or the YouTube video editor. I still didn't realize or even think of doing any of that, so I still had these awkward points where you just turning on the camera. And I still cough a lot. Even back then, I just could not stop coughing at every other time I stopped talking.
Hello, everyone. Squid Baconator here.
Well, at least this doesn't change. Well, technically, this has kind of changed because my camera right now is kind of reversed. Anyways, again, this point in my time in YouTube, I at least have a slightly better camera, but it's still the same kind of thing
I
going
get
on.
the feeling that this is just going to be a really dumb show. Now, before I go any further, I just want to say that this is not a full blown out critical review of the premise of the show. Seems to be
not a full-blown critical... Excuse me. Yeah, not a full-blown critical view of the show. Yeah, it's only 5 minutes long. It's like, stuff like that that I addressed before, I don't really get why I even bothered addressing. It's... sometimes I just talk about stuff that doesn't really matter at all. It's like, what is wrong with you? That could be the tagline for my earliest videos. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It looks very childish. Kind of like Teen Titans Go. And airing so many commercials, and now we get rip-offs.
Okay, I don't think this is meant to be a ripoff of Teen Titans Go. I think that's what the point I was going for. I still think I was really stupid at this time. So I'm still in high school. Yeah, this was in 2015 now, so we're at the end of that. Okay, so now we're basically doing the same thing. Still going on with animation videos and country music videos. There's no real rhyme or reason of what I pick. I just pick about stuff I really want to talk about. There's no, schedule to any of this. It's not like country music, animation. There's no back and forth to that. There's just whatever the hell I wanted to talk about. And now we get to a fun point in my channel history. My first deal with copyright. It was on this video that I had a problem with it. A review of Sam Hunt's Break Up in a Small Town.
Hello, everyone.
And we're back in the living room for some reason. And hey, I think I still have that Philadelphia Eagles t-shirt. Again, was that 3 days after? Huh, that was 3 days after my last video. That's a surprise. No comments on this one, though. I actually had a problem with copyright on this video. For some reason, I can't remember if it was a manual claim or not, but for some reason the record label claimed this video.
Put a Baconator here. Now time to review music has become...
Can you see anything worth infringing on copyright in this? It's still just me talking to the camera. I never play the song or show the music video at all. I don't even know how they even found this video when it only had barely any views at the time. It's like, I don't even know what the fuck they were even claiming. So it's like, it's just me talking to the camera, and it's like, how the hell did I get a copyright infringement claim from that? And again, I didn't have anything to record my computer screen, so I just used my phone camera here. Here we go. Yeah, manually detected. So yeah, it's like, it was manually detected, so it's like, what the fuck were they even doing? It's like, I'm not a big channel at this time. At this time, I don't think I even had like 20 subscribers. I don't think I was even that big yet. It's like, how the fuck did they even find this? I don't understand any of it. Even just looking back on it. It's just great how some things change with YouTube, but their shitty copyright system will never change. It will always stay the same. Anyways, another notable video at this time is when I actually started doing game reviews, where I actually started, this is where I first started talking about video games, and incorporating that with the two Pokemon Ranger games that I've played. And this video somehow almost has 3,000 views. I don't understand why this was so big. Like,
Hello once again.
Like, I remember actually seeing one comment say it was because of Jaden animations. Actually, I think I'd see it. You know idea how this is one of my most popular videos? I think it's because it's a Jaden animations. No, that was 2 years before she even made that video, so I don't understand how this got to almost 3,000 views. Like, goddamn. And again, it got a good amount of dislikes because it is still me just talking to the camera. One take.
And Squid Baconator here.
With not a shitty camera, but a mediocre camera because I'm still only at 360p. Okay, I remember I actually still think Fallout 3 is overrated. I remember actually talking about this song because it wasn't that big of a hit, but I remember, again, back then, I remember seeing that other Brantley Gilbert video doing very well, so I tried to do that again and get some of that success, but it didn't really go over well. So yeah, now we're actually at another point that I think is noticeable. I actually did a small marathon of Season 1 through Season 5, my least favorite episode from each season. Oh my god, You Should Be Here is 6 years old? It feels like that song just came out 3 years ago. God damn it, I feel old. Anyways, I did these videos, and it's like, I mainly did this marathon in lead up to a re-review of Tanks for the Memories, this video, because I reviewed that episode earlier, and I thought I did a terrible job at it, and I saw how much praise the episode got, so I wanted to, like, do a better job at explaining why it is such a bad episode. So I reviewed each episode, my least favorite episode from each season, to lead up to it. And also a random video questioning if the show would go through seasonal rot, which maybe I think it did. It didn't go bad, but I feel like it got worse for like season 7 onwards. And also another thing, here is another instance of, I feel like in this video and this video with Dragon Quest and Rainbow Falls, like that early Twilight's Kingdom video, I think a lot of my opinions here were copying Mr. Enter's. It's like, god damn it. I feel like I was a big fan of his, and I kind of am, but I'm an on and off watcher of his channel. It's like after the past couple of years, it feels like every step forward he takes a step back, so I'm not really sure I want to be. I'm just a diet Mr. Renner at this point with some of these videos, and I really hate that. I don't have much of an identity here. All that leading up to this video, which this was when I figured out, hey, maybe I shouldn't upload 3 parts to one video that are all under 10 minutes long. So I actually figured out how to do that with YouTube's video editor. It's like, I literally uploaded each individual part for this review. I put them together in the video editor, and then I put the whole video up and then deleted the other 3 parts. 3 likes, 3 dislikes. Good job, me. And I actually wrote scripts for those 5 videos on a DeviantArt account that I don't think I even use anymore. And I only really used for these videos. Let's actually take a look back at it, seeing as how this is the history of my channel. Or not. Okay, so that page doesn't exist anymore. Well, no, doesn't make any difference to me. I think maybe I haven't used my DeviantArt account so much in so long that it just got deleted. I feel like I keep going on tangents where I don't really finish what I'm saying and I go on another tangent. Back to the YouTube video editor thing. I did that where I put all 3 parts together, but I still didn't make any fucking edits to it. I still include, like, when I'm turning on and off the camera.
Hello, everyone. I'm finally here. 6 at least.
It's like, I think I can still find the
And
next
normally,
part where I turn on and off
like
the camera.
in
Why are you the way you are? I could have cut those points out. I didn't need to be like, okay, I'm gonna cut here, or the video's gonna cut here and not do anything with it. Make it very obvious that the camera changes its angle. There's even a point where I step away from the computer to get a picture. That was just like a few seconds away, but why would I not cut that out? Why do you leave that in? It's like, I'm still putting in the least effort possible into making these videos. It's like, and I'm starting to get close to 2 years of this, and it feels like the more things change, the more things stay the same. It's like, god damn it, you're stupid. Okay, and again, I'm still doing quite a few MLP reviews at this time. Probably because also there wasn't very much in terms of animation else that I felt like talking about. Now I think there's a point where I can point out this next video that I wanted to show that's not actually on my channel. Now we're going to get close to where I actually start editing my videos. But we're not there yet. We're still at the point where I don't edit anything. Huh, I'm surprised it's actually got a couple hundred views. Curious.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
And no dislikes, yay.
To my
Nice face there. Apparently there's one comment here, but I can't see it. Well, there's one of 2 videos about Cool Cat Saves the Kids on this channel. I forget what I did with this one.
Oh my gosh, it is my best movie ever I've ever seen. How can people be... No, seriousness, I just finished watching Cool Cat Saves the Kid.
I don't actually own that DVD. A friend gave it to me. It's like, I think I actually did something for it in school. Also, hey, I think that's my Wii U there. My Wii U gamepad. Which is still over here in the background. You can't see. Hey, I still have my Wii U. The console that nobody likes. Anyways, I actually think I did something for a school project on Cool Cat Saves the Kids. That's kind of a joke. So my friend gave me the movie to watch. It's like, I already basically knew what the movie was about, so I was just watching it, and I couldn't even finish it. Exquisite! There he is! Random Cool Cat quote here. Like, comment, subscribe! Yeah! I tried to do a Cool Cat voice, but I think my throat can't handle that. And again, this was another, I think, kind of a skit video at the beginning here, where I'm trying to be funny, but I still don't think I am.
Just watching Cool Cat Saves the Kids, and oh my gosh, it is my best movie ever I've ever seen. How can people...
It is my best movie ever that I've ever seen. Yeah, you do grammar good, me old. How do you? Do you? How do? I love how basically me struggling to talk has always been here, and I still do. I really didn't stick long. I didn't stick long with that Cool Cat energy. Because I think that's what I was trying to go for, like, because Cool Cat was like, wow, this is gonna be so great! Like, he's that kind of character, and I tried to mimic that, but I couldn't really do it for very long. I think this is also the first time I did a reaction, or, well, not a reaction, but talking about a trailer for a video game. Again, I didn't talk about video games very much. Like, it took a while before I did it again after the Fallout 3 video that we just saw there up there. But it's with this next video, Chris Stapleton's Fire Away, the review of that song. Not very many views on it, but this is significant because this is when I actually started editing.
Well, I finally get to talk about Chris Stapleton. Yes, the man who's ever since performing with Justin Timberlake in the 20...
And basically, this was just me experimenting with YouTube's video editor. I hated using that because, for one, you couldn't really separate audio and video, so it's like if you put like my camera in the video line, I cannot just cut that out and use the audio. So this was just me experimenting with YouTube's video editor, and that I put my audio in the audio line, and then I just found a couple different images to put in there. And it's like, I guess it looks better than just me talking to the camera, but just still images doesn't look very good. So I think it is kind of a step up.
CMA Awards, and winning 3 of those awards, has been leading the traditional country sound back into the mainstream since his next song, which I believe will be his next
And
single.
it's like, there wasn't really any rhyme or reason to me picking these images specifically. I just needed images to try out. And man, I really hated using YouTube's video editor. It's like, it crashed so much. Like, you could only do stuff for like 15 or 20 minutes before it crashed and you had to start again. But thankfully it had auto-saved, so I didn't have to worry about that. But the constant crashing of editing projects just really got old fast. It's like, so yeah, this is where I finally started to edit my videos. But again, it was very basic, like just find like images that kind of fit with what I'm talking about. And this video on the Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls crossover, I remember I actually recorded this video in specific right after I watched the episode. Like, I was determined to like get as many views as possible from like people immediately looking for a review on the episode. So it's like right after I watched it, I put this out like immediately.
I just finished watching the Teen Titans Go, and I'd be damned to say it's actually mediocre. Okay, I will say.
I don't think it was just mediocre. I think it was actually pretty good. Even though I don't like either the reboot of Powerpuff Girls or Teen Titans Go. I didn't like either, but somehow the special actually was pretty good.
It's a Teen Titans Go episode written with Powerpuff Girls characters in it. Kind of like how the Family Guy and Simpsons crossover was a Family Guy episode with...
Oh god, I just heard some static from that. Not sure if you could hear that, but I could tell there was static from that audio. But anyways, this is basically what my videos were for a little while as I started editing, finding images that would kind of fit in with what I was talking about, and then just put them in there. And every 15 to 20 minutes, YouTube's video editor crashed, and I'd close it, open it again, keep going. And I hated doing that. I'm curious about the comments on this one, too. Well, I thank you for your... Alright, this guy wanted a shout out. I think I did actually do that in like the next video. It's like, this guy wanted a shout out. Here you go. It's like, God, you are stupid. K.O. I don't get why you said that. Did I did actually have a... I didn't have a back and forth, but apparently these two guys had a long comment chain. Well, thank you. I'm not sure if you're still subscribed to my channel, Red Avian, but if you're watching this, thank you. You're probably not, but I don't know who that is. Anyways, now we're into edit area where I edited my videos. Yay! I'm surprised, and I think I actually got a decent consistent amount of views from these videos now. Gain consistently a couple hundred views from videos. Except for like this one, I only got 16. And this I actually did for my 2-year anniversary. Anyways, I got another game review here of... specifically this NASCAR game was because... Was this around the time NASCAR Heat Evolution came out? I think it was. Anyways, I mainly talked about this because I did not have like the next gen consoles, Xbox One or PS4 at the time. I only had a Wii and Wii U, so a lot of my games, multi-platform games, were on the Wii. And I remember absolutely hating this one. It was just terrible on the Wii.
Hello and welcome to my latest review. This time, I've never stated this before. I am a NASCAR fan. I've been watching the races on TV, and I've played the games ever since I was a little kid.
Well, technically, the games ever since I was a little kid was just this one, and before the Inside Line, this game, I only played 2 games. But I did play like thousands of hours into this one. Back when I could replay a game over and over.
And PlayStation, this is really underpowered.
And again, anytime I needed to put text on the screen, like, I would do this. I would post a picture of the Baconator because that was part of my channel brand, basically. and I would just put in whatever I needed to say there. Which I feel like was a bit of a pain in YouTube's video editor for some reason. And it's like, instead of showing gameplay, I couldn't really show gameplay of this because I didn't have a capture card or anything to record them, so I'd still just find random still images.
This is what the game looks like on the other consoles, and here's what it looks like on the Wii. Hell, the graphics are even worse than the previous game, NASCAR 2011 on the Wii.
I mean, at least I kind of have timing down okay with these images. I was kind of worried that images would just pop up before I even said what I said. And I also used the same image over and over again. Why did I use this image? The difficulty of games was too damn high! I don't really get why I used this image. I think it was because I had trouble controlling the cars in the game.
It's borderline unplayable. I mean, the problem is how sensitive the controls are. You barely tilt the controller or control stick, depending on how you decide to play.
Yeah, I remember this had motion controls because it's a Wii game, but the game before it was okay with those, but this one I couldn't do anything with it. Okay, so now we get a Okay, I said earlier that I never did thumbnails for MLP videos, but I think it was around this time that I started going back to my older videos and putting thumbnails on those. And with my MLP videos, I still didn't know what to do for those. So I just took an image of a Baconator and just put it there for the thumbnail. I don't get why, but I just stuck with that, but it just looks stupid. It's like, I'm talking about an MLP video. I mean, I'm talking about an MLP episode. Here's Wendy's. Beside the point, there are two other more important things to talk about than that. First up, this video was my most popular video for quite a long time. Again, anytime I talked about Brantley Gilbert, it got a lot of views. And this has over 13,000 views. It was my first video that got 10,000 views. It still surprises me that this was so popular. I think it was because I was the only person who really talked about this song until a lot later. Oh, I actually did a script for this video too. Let's see if we can see it. And we can actually see the script. Man, I wonder why this actually has 600. Holy shit. I'm surprised that many people actually took a look at the script. But then again, with 13,000 people, well, at least I'm trying to think of maybe 2% of people actually checked out the script, which is surprising. I'm surprised that this actually has no That can't be right. I feel like I remember seeing this video getting dislikes before. Why is there no dislikes? That may be because of YouTube removing the dislikes, and this extension may not work on every single video, but whatever. Yeah. Wow, and just that year, I got 5,000 views from that. That was in just a few months. That was really fucking surprising. Okay, so this guy is the only one that really agree with me here. I see a couple people, one guy who just loves the song, new album 2019, yada yada. I remember this commenting on this review, but it's not really a review, it's an opinion with added insults, therefore not worth my time. So why the fuck are you even commenting, you fucking idiot? This comment I think is just really fucking stupid because he just wants to point out his success. It's like, he's popular, so that means he's good. It's like, no, that is not the case with anybody. Just because a musician is popular doesn't automatically make all their music good. And I did state that I was a fan of him, so it's like, why are you people getting mad at me? And again, opinion would add insults. I'm pretty sure most reviews are opinions of videos, so that doesn't really make any sense.
Newest country music review, this time of Brantley Gilbert's latest song, The Weekend. Where do I even start with this one?
I guess that was an attempt at humor. I still do not have humor down pat yet. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm still very painfully unfunny. And it still surprises me that talking about Brantley Gilbert has gotten me so many views. But I remember a couple years ago that this ended up being not my most viewed video anymore, and I believe the most viewed one will come up soon. But another important part of my channel history, this was a point where I actually made an anime channel. Let's go to it, shall we? That's what I thought I would do at the time, was talk about anime more, because I was starting to really get into watching anime. Because now I actually graduated from high school at this point, and that's when I actually really started getting into watching a lot of older anime. So I thought, hey, I'll make a separate channel and keep, like, regular cartoons and anime separate. I only stuck with that for 4 videos. But it surprises me that this... Well, you can't see how... This has over 300 views. You can't see how many views it has due to how I have the screen cropped. But I'm still surprised that over time, these got actually a couple hundred views, and this one has over 2,000 views. But I think this was when I was deciding... At this time, again, I was editing my videos more, but I was more deciding on whether or not I wanted to do something in person or put pictures up for it, because that did take a while, finding images to use and putting those in. This one, I did just record myself talking to this camera like usual, and it got a lot of likes and quite a bit of dislikes. I don't think I've actually looked at these comments in a long time. So I'm actually really curious to what they say. Okay. Yeah, I actually remember the one problem I had with this anime, The Familiar Zero. I only watched the first season and I fucking hated it. It looks like the top 2 comments actually agree with me, which is nice to see. I think this guy actually subscribed to me a long time ago, too, so it's nice to see an old face. Nice channel, by the way, for what you have so far. Thanks, buddy. Relationship. Well, it's nice to see most of the comments actually agree with me. I'm surprised I'm not, like, going down to the comment section and every single person hates me. Well, it's nice to see now we're starting to get to the point where I'm actually kind of disappointed that I haven't seen any all caps text comments that make me laugh. Take a drink every time he says bitch. I think I actually said that quite a bit in this video. I don't think I had very many words in my dictionary back then. Best anime. Yeah, best anime, right. I am now actually curious as to what this comment was saying, because I'm surprised it actually got a comment from 4 months ago. Damn. I'm still surprised people are watching my videos from my anime channel, since I haven't uploaded that in like 5 years. Jeez. Okay, now I'm really curious to what this says, so... Oh, hi, greetings from Indonesia. Hello, Indonesian. I'm sorry that I never noticed you earlier. Sorry. Okay, I'm surprised almost all the comments actually agreed with me here, considering how many dislikes this has. Well, midway through 2016, and my channel did not really grow much at all. 2 years into this, I only got like 20-something subscribers. But I actually had a point where I got to this. So, another channel, Bob's Show, who I was a fan of at the time, basically decided that he would let other people talk about this movie, Alpha and Omega. And that became sort of a running series for him, guest show, where he would give a movie or series or something that for different people to review, and he would put it up on his channel. I guess giving smaller creators time in the spotlight, which I did. And this was where I feel like my channel really started to pick up in subscribers. Because right after this video, it went from my channel went from like 20-something subscribers to, I think, 40. So it was a pretty big jump for me at the time. And that's when I feel like my channel was really slowly going from like barely anybody subscribing to like slightly faster. It's like definitely faster when it was. So I attribute this video to a change in where I was starting to actually gain a bit of traction. Not much traction, but more than I was getting. And this was a satirical review because I was pretending this movie was the greatest thing ever.
Mega is such a great film. No joke. I think it's one of the best animated films to come out of the 2010s. Yeah, it blows all the competition out of the water. And I know that the people behind this movie are gonna go on to such great things in the future. And it just... Why are there so much haters behind this movie? I don't... God, this movie...
Okay. Well, thanks, Bob Show, for doing that guest show segment and playing this on my channel, because I think this is where I really started to pick up. And it got a good amount of likes, not very many dislikes, so I think people liked it and thought it was funny, so I'm glad people found that funny. I still don't think I am. I think I'm painfully unfunny. Especially at this time. There's actually 2 or 3 more videos that... Actually, 3 more videos that I did for that segment. Those I all put on my channel, including this one, a satirical review of Cool Cat Saves the Kids. So I did talk about that movie again. And I just went with a really dumb... I went with a really dumb image of Cool Cat with Mountain Dew and the 9/11. Basically, what would happen if Cool Cat Saves the Kids talked about 9/11? Like, turning red. I can never think of turning red anymore without thinking of 9/11 and Mr. Enter. Okay, so like 2.5 years into this, I finally made a channel trailer. And it's just that still image. And me talking over it. I mean, I don't know why it took me so long to get a channel trailer for this. Anyways, so that basically continued on for a while. Oh, and there's another one of the guest show videos. Holy shit, 7,500... I know this is actually one of my best performing videos over the long term, but it still surprises me that it has 7,500 views. And things have done okay at the time. Like, again, I feel like I was getting more consistent views from people. My country music stuff didn't really do that well. Except for this one, actually got 407 views. But my animation videos were what was getting me views. And this one, I think, was because I feel like a lot of people from like Hispanic countries were watching this, if I remember right from the analytics.
Hey guys, Squid Baconator here, and I am really excited right now. I finally get to talk about the movie Cars from Pixar. Wait a minute, that's not... the internet. That's more important. What do you need that for? What's the good is that gonna give you when you can review shitty mockbuster movies on the internet? That's more important, right? Sit down. Probably my review. So sit down, get something to drink.
Get.
And here's my review of.
Well, this is when I was actually starting to, I think, incorporate pictures and myself in the video. So that's a slight change in how I was doing things. Now incorporating both, which is kind of what I do nowadays. If I do a video that's not a Let's Play or something. Again, 7.5. Primero y último. I think he was saying, like, first or last. Like, I think that was a Ricky Bobby reference. Anyways, it got so many views, but not very many likes, and nobody commented on it. I feel like people weren't really sticking around very long. I think this got... I'm trying to think. I believe this got so many views because it was in the recommended feed from, like, full videos of the Video Brinquedo movie. Like, I think people were watching the movie and then saw my review. I think that's how it got a ton of views. And I've forgotten I've done, like, some of these videos. Like, I forgot I did a video on that. But again, that's me copying Mr. Renner because and I think he announced he was gonna make a video on this series. Or this. So I did it first. And again, now we get a couple videos that did very well. First, a Brantley Gilbert album review, which admittedly I was too kind on. Like, okay, there's... Hey, an ad on one of my own videos. I don't monetize this. Why am I... Fuck you, YouTube. I'm pretty sure I also copied this Best Songs and Worst Songs thing from Spectrum Pulse again. Why am I so fucking unoriginal? Why do I have to copy everyone? Anyways, created using YouTube Video Editor. Thanks, we all need to know that. Anyways, I actually believe I gave this album a 7 out of 10 because I was way too kind. I saw that I was getting... I felt like I was getting a good amount of dislikes from the review of The Weeknd, so I feel like I kind of backpedaled a little bit and gave a really positive review to the album here. But I actually think it's more like a 5 or a 5.5. It is just way too inconsistent. There's a handful of songs I really love and a lot that I really hate. And that's kind of why I'm not a big fan of Brantley Gilbert anymore. Oh hey, I think this guy actually has comment. There was a couple people who actually commented on this video, who commented on an earlier one. Okay, I think I actually checked these guys out. Hang on. Here it is. Yeah, I did check these guys out before. They commented and then I watched their video.
Obviously, like, what's his, Johnny Cash and people like that who have made their career on not sticking to those country stereotypes. And when you stick to those country stereotypes, you just kind of...
And it's, you know, having adventures, that's pretty corny as well, but it's, like, cool. And, I don't know, it just... And also, I noticed that most of these songs refer to Christianity or God or church. Some really prominently, some,
And feels like I'm going back a trip down memory lane seeing some of this, because I haven't watched this video in years. Yeesh. Anyways, that's another Brantley Gilbert video that did pretty well. And now, here's another one of my most popular videos, a response to the Black Critic Eye. So, you remember how... You may have seen that I did review High School DxD on my anime channel, and I remember now and after I saw he made his review on the first 2 seasons, he absolutely hated that, so I felt like I needed to make a response video, which is one of the 2 times I have actually done that. First time was right at the beginning of my channel when I responded to Mr. Enter. Again, everything keeps coming back to him. Why does everything come back to him? And then this second one was the last one time I've ever did a response video was on the Black Critic Guy's video. Because again, at the time, I thought it was a great ecchi anime. And I still think it was pretty good. Now that my tastes have changed and I've seen more and I've moved beyond ecchi anime, don't want to say more than that. It's called hentai and it's art. Anyways, I moved beyond that and so I'm really curious to how my opinions would change if I watched High School DxD again. But one thing I do remember is somebody else actually made a response video on that High School DxD review, and they used the same image of Tony that I did, so I felt like they were copying me. But I don't think they did. That was funny. Anyways, I'm getting a lot of videos that have over 1,000 views at this point, like Teen Titans Go influence on Cartoon Network. Again, anytime I talked about Teen Titans Go, it got a lot of views, holy shit. And a couple more country music videos, I'm still going on with that. My interests are still there. This got over 5,000 views. Again, sort of I think this was a reaction to the announcement of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory Tom and Jerry edition, which, again, I'm pretty sure that movie ended up turning out to be fucking terrible, or at least just one of the worst. Like, I remember how Tom and Jerry basically had, like, them in Wizard of Oz or Robin Hood, something like that every year, direct-to-video movies. And this was one of them, and I remember, I think this was also after the original actor for Willy Wonka passed away, so this coming out was in really bad taste. And it got me 5,000 views, damn. But now, we're at the big one. 17,000 views, my most viewed video, SpongeBob SquarePants, a review of Mimic Madness. This video, I remember actually when it passed the Brantley Gilbert video was because it got put in a playlist with full episodes of SpongeBob, so it got like several hundred or a couple thousand views from that in a couple days before someone figured it out and then removed it. But damn, I'm surprised that this got so many views and it has more dislikes than likes. Doesn't surprise me. Again, this was one of my videos at the time where it was just me talking to the camera. You don't see any of the episode. I think I did make some cuts. Yeah, I made some cuts here, so I was editing a little bit, but you don't see any footage of the episode, so that's what people want to see in a review. They want to actually see parts of the episodes to see what points you're making. But you don't get that, and then that's why it got so many dislikes. Doesn't surprise me. And it was also at this time where I wasn't really watching SpongeBob much anymore. Like, Season 9, Season 10 was where I kind of stopped watching it. And as seen earlier, that I have made quite a few videos on SpongeBob. I really like the show, but I don't really keep up with it anymore. And now we're at the time where I finally reached 100 subscribers. Now, going back to what I said earlier, around August, it took like 2 years, like a little over 2 years for me to reach 20-something subscribers. So it was pretty surprising to me when in less than a year, I reached 100. And I wanted to do a Q&A video for this. And I'm now on Discord, so there's that too. But I don't have a server, so why would I bother mentioning that? Because you can't find me without actually searching. And nobody's going to do that, so why would I mention Discord? And again, I wanted to do a Q&A, but guess what? Nobody really commented on, hey, Red Aviant, you still were sticking around. Thanks, man. So yeah, 100 subscribers. Yay, nobody cares. Except that one guy. Okay, now we're in for a big change on my channel. I think I was getting really slow with uploads at this point. I can't remember, honestly. So I actually did start changing things at this point. First off, these 2 videos here on Brothers Osborne and Toby Keith, I went back to Windows Movie Maker. Why? Because I felt like doing a bit more with editing, but even with Windows Movie Maker, you still can't do jack shit. Let's take a look. Basically, I couldn't talk over like the song playing or the music video playing. So what I would do, I'm gonna make this quick because I don't want to deal with copyright. It's like I played part of the song playing, and then had me talking. Like I would talk, and then I'd play more of the song to illustrate parts of my point. And it's like that's what I would do for these 2 videos only. It's like, I don't really know why I did that. I guess I wanted to have a bit more going for these videos instead of just me talking to the camera with still images, but this doesn't really do much. Here's the big change. Okay, so at this point, I actually got Adobe Premiere by pirating, yay! You are a pirate, yay! I can't stop thinking of this song, you are a pirate. It was 2017, and I found a way to get the 2015 version of Adobe Premiere for free. Again, pirating it. So, in this video here was my first test of doing it, a review of Cars 3.
Squid of Baconator here, and welcome to today's installment in this franchise. I still have a bit.
This is basically better version of what my videos would come up to be for animation reviews. It's like I actually have footage from movies. And occasionally me talk. What is with that camera angle? Why am I so close to me? And hey, the keyboard's still there in that position. I don't think we even have that keyboard out anymore. This was my first video using Adobe Premiere, so I was testing it out. The first time I actually exported it raw, where it didn't have all the 720 1080p settings. It was only like 144p because I screwed up the export settings, so I had to re-upload it. Because that was my first time using Adobe Premiere in over a year when I used it in high school. At this point, I started using it and I wanted to do a test to get used to it again. And that was basically the point of reviewing Cars 3. I didn't really do much, talk about it much, but I think I used just a couple trailers for my footage for this video. I didn't get the whole movie because I think the movie just came out. Or it came out the year before, I think. And I didn't feel like pirating the movie yet. Okay, now we got another big point in my time in YouTube. This review of Walker Hayes' song You Broke Up With Me got a copyright strike, which doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised these 2 songs didn't get copyright strikes from me using footage from the video and song, but this I used and it got a copyright strike. I appealed it. It's like, this was also when I noticed when they could monetize your video. Not really sure why they'd want to monetize my 138 viewed video, but whatever. It's like I appealed it, and I was about to get an actual strike on my channel, and I didn't want to do that. So I just denied the appeal. I canceled it, so the video would actually still stay up, so I didn't have to deal with actual strike. Oh yeah, and I also made a video saying I was stressed out because uploads were getting slow and things were taking a lot longer for me to get out, like this video on Welcome to the Wayne. the first episode, which I'm surprised is over 500 views. That's pretty good. And again, my animation stuff always did well. Anyways, I actually did kind of a collaboration around this time with one YouTuber that I've been watching since I made my channel in 2013. I didn't upload anything until 2014, but I made this channel in 2013. He was one of the first YouTubers I actually watched, and we did a short podcast together, an episode of his podcast I was on. All right, I think that's what we were talking about. We were talking about Smash Brothers and my job at the time. I'm not sure why I'm saying at the time for my job, because I still work at the same dead-end job. Yay. Anyways, this video also I remember being kind of proud of because I took a long time to actually edit it. I feel like for the most part, it's better than what I used to do, but still alright. Just alright. And again, I'm kind of nervous to show them because I don't want to deal with copyright, but might as well. Also, that thumbnail is just bad on this one. It's like, the text should not be kind of with the titles cards. Not sure why I didn't move this text down into this black space. Just looks bad. Take a quick look at it.
Hello everyone, Squid of Baconator here, and today I'm gonna be doing something.
Okay, that was a pretty rough cut. It's like, I didn't want any... I think I remember I didn't want any dead air when I was talking. Like, no pauses whatsoever, so... You would get, like, those really awkward cuts where it's very obvious that you're cutting and you making a cut there. I think we can still
something
hear.
A little different. I'm gonna be talking about 2 animated shows instead of just one for this video. I didn't really have enough...
Okay, I think it's going well now, but I felt like I had a lot of those types of cuts in my videos. And the like to dislike ratio isn't that great, mostly because I did not have a positive opinion on OKKO at the time. I saw the first 2 episodes, didn't like them, and I know a lot of people love that show, which is fine, but I just didn't like it. But they're both good. I like both. Why hate KO? Great video. Thank you. Why you hate KO is good. And I don't know Ducktail. Why'd you write 2 comments? Don't you know you can... I think we have the edit button for comments at this point. Why did you do that? Anyways, I was actually proud of this video because it took quite a long time of editing. It's like, I was actually editing these videos from now on. Now I'm actually finding footage at the show and actually using that.
Didn't really...
Which... Again, most of it was, like, the OKKO episode was from a pirate website, because I never pay for any of this stuff, because I don't make any money off of this, so I'd just be losing money. And the DuckTales episode I just found on YouTube, because they uploaded the first episode. So yeah, there was that. Again, pretty good amount of views. And now we get to where my channel really changed big. Nice thumbnail there. It looks shit. Why did I like that? Anyways, this is when I actually had someone in Discord actually help me install OBS Studio because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know, and I didn't realize there was like free recording software for stuff. So I was actually also getting really interested in like ROM hacks for Pokemon, and I wanted to play those for my channel. So he helped me out with like installing those and recording, getting ready for OBS Studio. So thank you, Discord member, that I know who you probably know who you are and it's probably not watching this video. Anyways, this is again where my channel is really changing. I actually got editing software so I could actually edit my animation videos, but that's when they really started to slow down. This is again, I'm now in college now for 2 years at this point, and this is when I really started losing interest in animation. I wasn't watching as much, and the shows that I did watch were ending, and I wasn't getting into much newer stuff. But there were still things I would like to talk about, like when we thought that Michael Bay was producing a live-action Dora the Explorer movie. That ended up being false, but that made a funny video to talk about. Like, a nice clickbait title. And that got me 1,000 views, which I like. So yeah, I was actually starting to get into playing Pokemon ROM hacks. I think I made an update talking about this. Oh hey, this is around the time when Logan Paul did the Suicide Forest thing, so I made a short 11-second video addressing that.
You thought filming a dead body was a good way to get views for your stupid vlog. Logan, go fuck yourself.
I still stand by that. Just fuck the Paul brothers. I don't like any of them. Anyways, I started Pokemon Sage. This one wasn't getting very many views, except for the last part, which got over 100 views somehow. I don't know why. I guess because it was the last one I made, so everybody went to that one. And then I started Pokemon Sage, and this became the main focus on my channel now. I'm now doing that basically almost all my videos, occasionally something different. And this was the last guest show video I did, as I mentioned earlier, and one of my best performing videos over the long term. Like, this consistently, in terms of views and watch time over the long term, has always done very well. My review of Cars 2, it's like, I spent a really long fucking time on this video. It's like, I was proud of it. But, looking back on it, again, going back to copying Mr. Enter, half my video here was saying, just regurgitating what he was saying. God damn it! It actually got a lot of likes and not very many dislikes, which is nice to see. I still get comment now and then from this video, because it still does consistently well. And again, I spent a long time working on this video. I remember spending like an 8-hour day, and I only got like a third of the way done editing the entire thing, recording and editing. Basically, how I did this was I recorded the beginning and edited that. I recorded the ending a couple of minutes and edited that. And then I had the middle portion, which took a really long fucking time. It's like I addressed, actually at the beginning this.
Hello everyone, Squid of Baconator here, and welcome to today's video. Now for this guest show month, Bob's show has instructed us to review any movie that he has reviewed that we have a conflicting opinion on.
He never actually did that. It's like he announced that, but he never really uploaded many more guest show videos after that. Like, I think he had a couple segments that he still had to upload. He uploaded a couple old videos that he had. This never went up on his channel, which is fine. I guess he just decided that he just wanted to stop doing it. He was getting tired of it, and that's fine. I just wish he actually said something about it publicly, but he never did. But again, whatever. This is on my channel. It got a lot of views, and it still did very well. And it's like, you can tell at one point, I think you can tell where it was very obvious I used a pirated version of the movie, because there was one different character in the movie that you would see in like the Hispanic version versus the American version. So yeah, it was pretty obvious. But anyways, that was like one of my last big animation reviews. I was still talking about country music a little bit, but gaming has very much taken over my channel. And again, my uploads were still pretty slow. I even made a video talking about how the lack of reviews were going on. And then I started Pokemon Sigma Emerald, which is over 4 fucking years old, and I'm still not done with it. And this honestly makes me pretty fucking angry that I have been so slow with uploads that I am still going on with this one fucking series. And I want to finish it. That's why I've stuck with it so long. I want to finish it, and I'm almost done with it. But god damn it, I'm just so mad at myself for taking so long with this. This video, I know the watch time was not very good to me, because the average watch time I think was only like 40 seconds. So basically, what I believe happened was people watched the intro of the game, and then once they heard me talking,
This is a patch of my favorite Pokemon game of all time. And secondly, I want to do something different, so
once people heard me talking, I think that's when they left, because when you go to part 2, you go down from 3,000 views to 484. Like, god damn, people did not keep up with this series from the first part. And also, another animation video here on the SpongeBob episode Doodle Mention. This did really well too. 7,500 views. Again, if I really wanted to keep chasing views, I would have kept pushing for animation videos, even though I was really losing my interest in it, and nowadays I don't really care for that much. I don't really watch much anything animated anymore. Like, I'm excited for Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss to continue, but that's pretty much it. So that's why I basically really slowed down on these, and there's still like 1 or 2 more animation reviews after this. Hey, I did a stupid video after Chugga Conroy did his hiker dance thing.
A hand grenade works for everything. That could be the next dance trend on.
Oh yeah.
I still have that shirt too in my closet, even though I never wear it. And then it's just a stupid video I thought was funny and got, well, now because of my view, it's probably gonna have 100 views. And this is my first April Fool's video I made, actually. It's like, this is also where I started to do more like skit kind of videos, like joking videos.